here we are in the final shoot-up area here in Olympic Hall as we are setting the stage for the Masters 50+ amateur class, a class that's near and dear to my heart, as we are in our shoot-up scenario here at the Lancaster Archery Classic. $189,000 in cash available, $50,000 indoor prizes, $200,000 of available contingency here at the world's second largest indoor tournament. That is the world's second largest indoor tournament. A great turnout, and so far we have seen some great matches in our shoot-up format, and this will be 4 shooters trying to fill the podium and to be crowned Masters champion.
It's a fantastic tournament. If this is not on your travel list, it needs to be. Lancaster does an A1 job. The competition's unbelievable, and it's just going to get better as the day goes on.
And now for us, we're going to hand it to Rob Koffel, the president of Lancaster Archery Supply, as he gets us set for the archers coming up.
Archery Classic. Our next division is the Masters 50+ Open Division, and our 4th place qualifier is Joel Tate from Eden, North Carolina. He's been shooting for 20 years. He's a multiple NFA state and sectional champion. Let's give it up for Joel Tate. Coming in 3rd was Daniel Deterline from Roaring Spring, Pennsylvania, shooting for 25 years. He was 2nd in the LAS Classic Bow Hunter and Masters divisions in the past. Let's give it up for Daniel Deterline.
You have choice of right or left and 1st or 2nd. You're going to shoot right. Do you want to shoot 1st or 2nd?
I'll shoot 1st.
You'll shoot 1st. Okay, so you will shoot 2nd.
All right, so our 4th place qualifier, Tate, and Deterline our 3rd place. So 3rd place, being the higher of the seeds, has the options of right or left and to shoot 1st.
Something jumps out at me right away as soon as he stepped up on stage. This is, what is the class?
This is Masters Open.
Masters Open, and I see he's shooting a pin with a 12-inch stabilizer. Very unusual. That's a bow hunter setup in the open division.
Yeah, no scope.
No scope, no
lens,
no magnification.
It really stands out.
No ring to center up in your peep, so, I mean, it's a very interesting choice for the open division, but if that's what he likes, I'm not going to argue with him.
No, especially because he got this far.
You're right.
Did Deterline.
10, just one.
What's interesting from our standpoint, too, is after these shooters get up on stage for the first time and start throwing arrows downrange, are they bothering with their clicks? Or are they confident in their setup?
You know, the first couple of arrows, they should know, you know, the brain will take a little snapshot of where that pin is when the release fires, and I don't see anybody making any adjustments, so they're pretty happy with where things are right now so far, it looks like. There, he's making an adjustment.
Yeah. There's your traditional unlimited setup, as it were.
Okay, good shooting, gentlemen. Please give him a hand. Joel, welcome to 6. I see you're shooting a Hoyt bow. Well, that looks like the Prevail. And go over the rest of your gear for us, please.
Shooting a CB sight, Hamsky, drop away rest, dead center, stabilizers, execute release.
And it looks like you're shooting Easton 27-12 arrows. Doing them all proud. Good shooting. All right, after the first in, looks like we got a 30-29 match, just 1 point. Great job, guys.
Let's see if we get some nerves settling down quickly. These shooters more than capable of throwing up 33s without question.
For sure, for sure. And if I'm not mistaken, when we watched Deterline move his sight there, Daniel, to, you know, he's shooting a bow hunter setup, but since he's in the open division, he can move it all he wants to. If he was a bow hunter, I believe he can't touch his sight once he starts shooting, correct?
Is that right? Yeah, I haven't actually checked that rule on bow hunter.
I think that's correct. There's a good solid 10.
Which, by the way, the next class up is bow hunter class.
Boom.
That sight adjustment is definitely working.
He found the middle.
Yeah, see if he grabs another click or two from our vantage point. We see that he does as Tate
9.
lines up. Ooh. Look up to the sky as we often do as archers. Like, where'd that come from?
Looking for help.
Yeah.
10 just out.
There was a little bobble there.
Just
you
a
can see,
little.
I think he wanted to send it and then made a choice last minute to hold it.
I was just getting ready to say he settled in there nice and steady, and then there was a little bobble
11,
mid-aim,
nice shot.
but he recovered well.
Joel Tate with an 11. I mean, considering the way the setup is, no side stabilizer, no long 30-inch bar with weight on it, he does hold that bow incredibly
11.
steady, and he can
Fantastic.
pound with it.
Yeah. Looking good.
Dan, nice shooting, buddy. Yeah, looks like you're settling down. Okay. You're from Roaring Springs, Pennsylvania? And what shop or club do you shoot out of?
Dumb's Archery out of Evansburg.
Very good. Well, shout out to them. Great job in helping you get ready. And looking at your setup, you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, I just have a short lock sight. I shoot a pin, short stabilizer. That's pretty much it.
You normally compete in the bow hunter division?
Beeline strings. I used to shoot bow hunters, so.
And what release and arrows are you using?
It's a Cobra, 1983.
1983 model Cobra release. Very good. Cobra will love that. And looks like you're shooting Easton X7 arrows. Very good. Okay, let's see how things are going here at the halfway point. There we go, 61-60. Daniel has a slim 1-point lead.
Like 1983, the year.
On his release? I believe so.
That's funny. I didn't know we were model yearing releases like we do cars.
Who needs new fancy equipment?
You know what? That's always the debate, isn't it?
Yeah.
If it pounds, it pounds, even though manufacturers continue to come out with bows that are more shooter-friendly and more shooter-friendly. If it's working for you, go for it.
10.
Do you think it's even more impressive, the fact that you have, this is the 50-plus class and he's shooting no lens?
I'm not quite 50
Hey,
yet,
just
and my
out.
eyes are terrible. So, yeah, it is impressive that he's just shooting a little old pin out there and finding the middle pretty regularly. So, yeah, it is impressive.
Daniel Deterline, we're talking about, lines up and shoots.
10-9, or
And
excuse
that
me,
is
an
a
11-10
10-11
liner.
liner.
Very close.
Just
Very
Close to
close.
call.
When you're shooting those 27 arrows, though, as long as it's on the inside of that line, you're guaranteed you're
11.
touching 11.
Yeah.
There's no question about that shot by Tate.
Yeah. I think the 27, you can actually just go outside the Big 10 just a hair and still catch an 11, but he does have a close arrow there.
10 left.
I'll tell you what, Deterline is really smooth getting on that release. Getting through the shot.
11.
Beautiful.
Great shooting. Joel, you missed a perfect 33 by just a whisker that end, so nice shooting. What club or shop do you shoot out of?
Boneyard Archery.
Boneyard Archery. Shout out to Boneyard Archery. Great job in helping him get ready. Okay, taking a look at our scores. They'll be up in just a moment here. It looks like we got a 92-92 tie with only one end to go. Down to the wire.
Well, if you like archery and you like pressure here in the Masters Open class, 2020 Lancaster Archery Classic Shoot-Up Final, there is nothing better than this. Darren Christianberry, you said it earlier today, every arrow matters in this entire tournament, no more so than this moment in time.
100%, 3 arrows to go. They're knotted up at 92. You know, and putting an 11 in here first is going to put pressure on your competitor. Not a whole lot of room for error here in these next 3 arrows.
And this will determine who is 4th place and who gets to move on to shoot against the next couple of competitors coming up as we march towards crowning Masters Open 50-plus champion. And there's the first bobble.
1 point advantage.
Daniel Deterline. Roaring Springs, Pennsylvania. Trying to advance in the shoot-up format.
10 just out.
And you hear Rob Koffold say 10 just out. That's the format of this one.
Right. Yeah, that's
Normally we're happy with 10s.
Oh, 100%. But that Super X is the golden ticket.
10 left.
Still a 1-point advantage.
An 11 here will seal the deal.
11.
That should do it, if my math's correct.
11. Let's give these guys a hand. Nice shooting, Joel. You made a run there at the end, but it wasn't quite enough. Take home 4th place, $250. Congratulations. Let's give it up for Joel. Make sure to get your arrows. Dan, congratulations. We'll introduce your competitor in just a moment here. Our 2nd place qualifier is going to be Bob Reedinger from Lycans, PA. Bob's been shooting for 30 years. He's the winner of last year's Classic, so he's the defending champion.
You have choice of right or left stage? Left stage, all right. And you have choice of first shoot or shoot first or shoot second? First. You'll shoot first, okay.
Well, Darren, as we set the stage for this one, I don't know as an archer what to say about the archer that just came on the stage. Bob Reedinger.
Yeah.
He's the one who knocked me out of this tournament.
So you really don't know what to say, do you?
In a shoot-off. He's a cool customer. He came here last year and he won it. But this one pains me to see him. Actually, you know what? It makes it actually warms my heart to see him up here.
Yeah.
Because if he's able to march his way up and win this one, then at least I can say I got smoked by the guy who's defending champion.
Yeah, you're going to want him to win.
Yeah. So Bob lines up. He's going to shoot first.
10.
And I can tell you that when we had our shoot-off, he smoked one dead center, inside out X to send me packing.
11.
Great shot. Now, Reedinger, of course, just came on stage, and there are nerves at play here. But, Darren, he was here last year. He won it. He knows he can do it.
Sure.
Does that play a factor, you think, when you first get up on stage?
I don't think the shock value is as big if you've been up there before and have the win, so he knows what to expect. His body knows what it's going to feel, and it should take him long to settle in and adapt to this situation.
Given opportunities, though, Daniel Deterline has got to take advantage of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I saw Bob Reedinger get on a roll. But he's going to start off with a 30. And I know Bob's not going to be happy with that one. But is this going to be a 1-point or a 2-point advantage?
Yeah, he'll take a deep breath here between ends and come back more solid, I would say.
Nice shooting.
Well, Deterline, great job.
Okay, Daniel, congratulations. You are defending your title from last year. How's that feeling up there?
Yeah, it's a little nervous right now, but we're going to try.
You had some incredible elimination rounds this morning to earn your right to be here. And, you know, I'm hearing that you shot lights out. Congratulations on getting here in the first place. Let's take a look at your equipment. You want to go over your rig and let people know what you're shooting.
Okay, I'm shooting a 2019 model TRX 38. I'm using an Excel XP scope with an AV25, or an Excel XP sight with an AV25 scope, 5-power feather vision lens, dead center, dead steady bars, and I'm shooting Freak Show Rest and Cedar Hill archery strings.
Okay, and it looks like you're shooting Easton Overdrive arrows, Super Drive 27s, and what release?
Fulcrum Flex.
Excellent, excellent choices. Doing it proud. Okay, relax for a moment. I'll go over the scores. Daniel Deterline leads 32-30.
All right, so as these shooters line up to get their second end of competition, shooting from the platform 20 yards downrange, as it always is in this competition. Indoor archery varies slightly with world archery rules at 18 meters, but we're shooting at 20 yards, which is slightly longer.
And the goal target is about the size of a penny. That 11 ring is not much bigger than a penny.
9.
That was uncharacteristic of Bob, but he's going to drop it down low.
He said he was a little nervous. That's to be expected, but I think he'll still settle in here and find that middle soon.
11.
Yeah, but that's what Daniel had to do.
Daniel's capitalizing on that.
Jump all over that 9.
That's got to motivate Bob here.
10.
That's the most movement I've seen out of him shooting next to him today. I know that Bob has had some shoulder issues, right shoulder issues that he's been working through lately.
The pressure can build. 12 arrows goes really, really fast. You know, Daniel's putting them in the 11 ring. Bob's thinking, I've got to get going here soon. And if it doesn't come quick, next thing you know, you run out of arrows.
11-10 liner. I believe it caught for an 11.
That might have broke the ice there.
11, 33.
Unbelievable.
Give these guys a hand.
That is fantastic.
Daniel, we're going to come back to you. I see you're from the central Pennsylvania area. You shoot at Baker's Archery?
Yes. Yep, Halifax, Pennsylvania.
Let's give Baker's Archery from Halifax, Pennsylvania a shout out for helping Bob on his journey. Anything else to say?
Nope, just a little nervous right now. I got to settle down.
Settle them down. Okay, let's go over to Dan Deterline here. Dan, that was a beautiful land. You have a 5-point lead, 65-60, and things feeling pretty good?
Yep, not too bad.
I'll tell you.
She likes you to talk to her instead of me, so I don't know.
Shaking her head no. I'll tell you, you're impressing everyone in the room that is 50 plus because you're shooting a sight pin, and there's no way that I could do that. I'd see 3 of those.
Sometimes I do too.
We'll try to choose the right one. All right, let's have some fun. 65-60 at the halfway point. Things can swing. Dan has the lead.
All right, Darren, one of the things I saw that Dan Deterline did as he was getting ready to shoot was wiping off his left hand. It's something we don't normally have to deal with when we're practicing.
Right.
But those nerves create all kinds of, your hands start to get clammy and all kinds of weird things.
Yeah, and the struggle is real. I know Rob was talking about his vision there. He's in his 50s, and he's shooting just a pin sticking out there with no magnification, and it is impressive. And Dan said he still might be seeing 3 of them out there. So the struggle is real. I get it.
10-9 liner. Might be a 9.
That might have given him a couple points back. This is what Bob needs.
Yeah, here's a chance right here. Capitalize on that.
10. $11-10 liner.
Good looking arrow.
Yeah, it does look good.
Very close.
Archery can be such a funny game,
10.
you know, depending on how bad you want it, how your body reacts, how your mind controls the movement. But with only 12 arrows, it can go super fast, as we said before.
11.
Great shot. 20 yards the distance
Nice shot.
with a 30-second shot clock. Here's Rob.
Dan, again, what club do you shoot out of? Club or shop?
I shoot out of Shawnee. That's where we shoot our legs at. But I shoot for Dumb's Archery there in Evansburg, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And another sponsor is Beeline Strings.
Very good. Shout out to his sponsors, but especially Dumb's Outfitters, helping these guys to get ready. And I'm truly humbled by all of the classic warm-ups, the Lancaster Archery Classic warm-ups that we see throughout the country. I can't believe how this format has taken over, and I hope everybody's having fun with it out there. I appreciate folks taking and having warm-ups throughout the year to get ready. We've got a 95-90 match, 1 end to go. Daniel has the lead.
So what Rob's talking about there is whether it's an actual tournament that can replicates the format that we're shooting here, or even like a group of friends and I got together and we replicated that format just so we could get some practice before we came here. It's really become something that this industry, target archers, indoor talk about. It's a Lancaster, archery
11.
classic warm-up.
Yeah, it's becoming a household name amongst archers. When you say Lancaster-style tournament, everyone knows exactly what that means. Let's get down to the final 8 people or 4 people and do a shoot-up, and it's becoming a norm. And it's obviously a model for success because so many people are doing it and so many people show up here to shoot this event.
10.
All right, final end here to determine who's going to be third place or who moves on to shoot against our #1 qualified shooter and be crowned Masters Open Lancaster Archery Classic 2020 champion.
10.
I'm impressed by Daniel with his setup and as accurate as he shot. It's impressive to see.
So the story of Bob, I think, in this one is just not able to claw any points back in his favor.
11.
And that's
Dan
it.
Deterline.
Finish. Really
Great
good
shooting,
finish.
guys.
Well, he has just got that top dialed in.
Getting her done. All right. Third place payout, $450. Easton contingency, $50, and dead center, $100. Congratulations. Nice shooting. You coming back next year?
Definitely, I'll be back.
Oh, yeah. He looks me right in the eyes, says, I'll be back. I love it. Okay, our next competitor from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, Frank Straley. Shooting for 30 years. Welcome to the Lancaster Archery stage, Frank. Would you like to shoot first or second? And left or right? Right? Okay.
So we're down to the final 2 competitors to decide 2020 Lancaster Archery Classic Masters Open champion. This is the 50-plus class, so you need to be 50 years old or older, starting on the first day of competition.
Gotcha.
Which was Thursday, actually. We were here. There was a late line for those that wanted to shoot early, as we saw some people take advantage of that. And then yesterday was a full day. I think it was 8 a.m. to almost 8 p.m. yesterday of 3 lines shooting and a packed house across the board.
Yeah, we were here during the first line Thursday evening, and it seemed pretty relaxed, so that might be a popular line for people next year to take advantage of the relaxed feel and vibe of that first line.
Frank Straily coming out of the box with a strong 11.
11, pinwheel.
That's how you do that.
That will work. I notice a lot of these guys are from Pennsylvania. There must be a lot of, obviously I know there's a lot of archers and bow hunters from the state of PA, but
10.
to have that many places to shoot indoors is impressive, to have a big crowd from PA.
Some incredible shops here in Pennsylvania. Of course, Lancaster Archery Supply just down the road is an amazing place to go visit. The amount of inventory they have, of course, the ability to shoot, and maybe even run into Rob Koffel, president of Lancaster Archery Supply. I think there's just such tremendous just support around this area for archery, target archery specifically, and hunting.
Yeah, Rob and his staff are just a fantastic group of people, and the setup they have here, it doesn't happen overnight. This is a team effort, and it takes a lot of people to make it happen.
33 for Dan Deterline. Hanging time.
Wow.
Okay, Frank, come over here and have a chat. Let you settle your nerves a little. Welcome to the stage. Congratulations, man. You killed it this weekend. Have you shot the Classic before?
Yes, sir. Yep, shot it a few years ago.
Very good, very good. You're certainly rocking it. Please let us know a little bit about your equipment.
Martin Annex, Just got it a couple weeks ago, and it flat out shoots. Just happy to have the chance to shoot it.
Well, they've certainly been doing a great job, and they're in the winner's circle quite often. Got a lot of the top pros shooting them. Great target bow. It looks like you're also shooting an Excel sight. And what scope is that?
That's an Excel.
Very good. AA Freak Show Rest. What rods are you running?
Dead center.
Dead center.
Dead center.
Okay. And Victory arrows. And what release?
It's a Carter.
Carter release. Very good. All right. Let's give Frank a hand. We'll take a look at what the scores are here. 33 for Dan, 31 for Frank.
And one of the reasons that Rob wants to ask these shooters set up Darren Christianberry is because what works for one shooter does not necessarily work for another shooter.
That's right.
And there's such a variety of setups, as we are seeing center stage right here for the #1 position.
Yeah, I talked briefly. I know Steve Anderson and some of the guys from Hoyt did a seminar yesterday on bow setups and the changes from year to year from bow to bow, and each person's setup. And you know, I think one of the things he touched on there when we had our conversation was you can try to emulate someone else, but it's super important to set up these bows to fit you, fit your style. I don't shoot the same weights, front weights, back weights, as some of these other guys do. So it's important to find your personal setup that you control the best.
So Frank Straley on his first one was a 9.
11.
There he goes back into the little ring.
Mm-hmm. And point of all that being, you can find success with multiple combinations. So
As we're seeing right here.
Don't be afraid to try.
As we're seeing right there. No scope,
Yep.
no lens, no sidebar, no long stabilizer. Coming from 3rd place qualifier, Dan Deterline is trying to close this out.
11.
And that's a good view there.
Yeah.
Nice shooting, gentlemen. Frank, I'd like to come back to you. None of us do this alone. So if I can, give your shop, your club a shout out. Let us know who helps you in your journey.
Okay, it's York and Adams is my club, and the shop that I deal with is we buy a bunch of stuff off you, buy stuff off Kinsey's. I really don't have a local shop.
Well, thank you very much. Big shout out to York Adams. There are a ton of great archers over in York County, and you're certainly one of them. All right, looking at our total, 64-62, just a 2-point match, the halfway point.
We're coming down to it now. Only 6 arrows to decide our champion. Pennsylvania's got this on lockdown in terms of the podium in this class, no doubt about it. But
I love that look of determination right there.
11.
Solid.
Yep. What's interesting to me, though, is we're looking at 2 shooters with 2 completely different styles and setups. Older bow, more basic bow hunter type setup, to a brand new, just shooting it a couple weeks. Martin.
And a 1983 release still on stage.
That's a good hold.
11-10 liner, too close to call.
Beautiful.
They both look really comfortable up there now, I will say that. Daniel's been up there a little longer, but they both look comfortable up there.
30-second clock, winding down. 30 seconds per arrow to execute.
10 just out.
Just left in the 10 ring.
Ten, 11-10 liner.
That looks
Too
like a
close to
10-11
call.
liner.
Some
Yeah.
line calls there that are going to be critical. We're just past the halfway point. And again, a huge shout out to the state of Pennsylvania. I mean, you two guys serve as a fantastic example to the strength of the state. and what the clubs and the dealers in a state do for the sport of archery. You know, it's so important that each archery dealer out there and every club do all they can with their JOAD programs, their S3DA programs, 4-H and whatnot. And, you know, I ask you to please volunteer at your local archery club or dealer to help out, help the kids. It's our future, and it's great. It's so satisfying to see, you know, kids progress, and, you know, it builds great character as well, as you know. Okay, let's look at the scores. 95-93, still a 2-point match. Certainly can swing that far. Daniel still has the lead.
All right, so Daniel Deterline in the white jersey getting ready to shoot us off with a 2-point advantage in our final end of the Masters Open. Nope. That's my fault. Frank Straley's going to kick us off.
3 arrows to go. He's going to need to find that little ring.
11 for Frank.
That's how you do it.
Okay, we have a shootout.
What a good answer there from Daniel.
You can see behind Frank, wife Sandy in support.
10.
Yeah, he saw that on his face.
Little grimace. He knew where that shot fired. Still a chance here. That's a great way to finish that right there. Momentum, pressure swings back to Daniel here.
10, just out, low left. I believe that's enough to hang on.
I think that's enough to hang on.
Frank, you had a heck of a run this year. You come home with second place, $700 for Masters Open Division. Nice shooting.
Thank you, sir. It was a great time being here, a great experience.
Very good. We hope to see you again next year. Let's give Frank a hand. Dan Deterline, you put on a heck of a show. A lot of 33s, looking really rock solid up there. Looks like just another league night.
It was a little bit different. There's a couple more nines than I wanted, but hopefully I can keep it going.
Okay. Well, I understand your daughter had a great run this weekend as well. I'm sure you're proud of her and want to give her a shout out.
I am. Her first time here, she shot a 630. It was unreal. So.
Hope to see you again next year. $1,250. Let's give it up for Dan Deterline.
Great shooting from Dan Deterline, coming from third place. Tied actually with Bob Reedinger at 1,024 points scored total of 1,056 points available. Dan Deterline had 68 11s, or X's scored. And of course, huge congratulations out to him. And he's going to hang out with our PJ Riley right now. Here's PJ and Dan.
Tell us, you know, we're used to seeing scopes, long bars, all that. You don't have any of that.
No, I don't know. Everybody always said you had to have all this stuff to shoot, but I've been shooting bow hunter for years, and you know what? I tried to scope last week, and it drove me nuts just to try to learn how to shoot it. So I just abandoned it, and hey, I'm excited I won down here finally.
stick with what works, right?
Yes, yep, you do.
So tell us about, how does that feel? Masters Open champion, 2020 Classic. How's it feel up there?
Oh, I'm super excited. I've been here. I finished second a couple times, once in Masters, once in Bowhunter, and I'm super excited, and I'm gonna drink a few beers tonight.
All right, we'll let it go on that. Congratulations, Dan.
Yep, thank you.
Outstanding shooting from all of our competitors in this category, as the champion Dan Deterline will have his image up on our banner for 2020 and be crowned champion. More from Spooky Nook Sports Complex here in Manheim, Pennsylvania, at the final shoot-up area in the Olympic Hall as the 2020 Lancaster Archery Classic rolls on.
We are not just a sight company. We are Custom Bow Equipment, your premium accessory company. Precision sights, rests, quivers, and stabilizers. Custom gear for every archer. Available at your local dealer.
Brady Ellison here.
Jesse Broadwater here.
We're going to build an Olympic recurve bow from the ground up.
I want to share all my knowledge with you guys on everything that I do, from taking a brand new bow out of the box to setting it up and hitting 10s on a tournament trail.
Pull one out of the box, go step by step on exactly how I set up a bow to get you shooting the best you can.